So hello, Ryan and Jacob. What brings you today to my office? Or my clinic, or my therapist room? What brings you here today?
You want to tell me? You want me?
It's all-
Okay. Well, we're here because we've just got some issues between us in regards to his lack of kind of just wanting to be with me in general on the outside, in public. His family's got some kind of issue with me, maybe, but maybe with just his idea of sexuality in general, and so it kind of is leaving me to question him. And I think that we can both agree maybe that it's become an issue in our relationship.
Gotcha. Okay. Like, how big of an issue we talking about? Like, on a 10-point scale, where would you put it?
Honestly, I don't see it as a big problem.
Hmm.
Maybe like a 4.
Oh, okay.
Meaning that it's not a huge problem yet, I guess.
Gotcha.
But I've already told him that it's not something that he has to worry about. It's more of like on my side.
Okay, gotcha. So, an issue that's present, but not something that's like an immediate threat to anything or anything at all. Did I hear you right?
At least not to me.
Okay. What do you think about that?
I think it's a bit of like maybe at like a 7 or 8 with me, sometimes a 9 or a 10 when we get into arguments about it. Just because I don't feel like I'm being loved properly in this relationship, and I feel like the family aspect, his background, they don't accept us in general, and so I don't really see how he doesn't see a problem with that because they don't accept us. So how are we going to be able to accept ourselves?
Yes, definitely. I can understand that can be quite a dilemma. So, what is it that his family doesn't accept the two of you together?
Us being gay, pretty much. That's pretty much the whole idea of it, is that they don't accept it. He's told me that it's a sin in maybe not his eyes exactly, but what he was brought up. And so to me, that's kind of a strong word. And I'm not religious, so I don't see that as a strong word, but I see that as a strong word for him.
Gotcha. So you were raised religiously, of course. What religion were you raised?
I'm Catholic, so is my family. So anything that has to do with like going to church on Sundays, celebrating Easter for God's resurrection, and Christmas, all that we celebrate. And he's mad just because when stuff like that happens, I can't like bring him home or show my love and affection, and I really do want to, but it's just something that I don't think my family is gonna accept. So we don't interact when I'm with family, and when there is like festivities going on, I usually don't invite him.
I see. Okay.
I was going to say it's also in public.
Okay.
So it's not just family, is what he's not.
Now, is
the
this
full truth too?
Gotcha.
The reason for not being, I guess, affectionate in public is like I don't want someone from my church to come see me and then spill like the beans, and then me being not accepted by my family. Right now they accept me for who I am, meaning that they don't know who.
I see. Gotcha. Now, is this something that only is an issue out in public or when you're at family gatherings, or is it like not an issue when you're just by yourselves at your house?
I would say it's not really a big issue. I think you're making it seem like a big issue.
Well, let's get Ryan's opinion then. Let's see what he thinks.
Yeah, I think it's just a big issue overall. I understand that, like, even when we're by ourselves, it's not an issue because we can be ourselves. But when we go out of the being ourselves and in that, like, bubble that we've created, and you go out into the real world, even just walking down the street, like, I want to be able to hold my partner's hand walking down the street, and I want to be able to like be included in their family life.
Mm.
So that's kind of a little bit alarming to me that that isn't happening, and I'm not really sure how to get to a point where I would either be okay with that or we would be able to come out to his family.
Gotcha. Okay. So, but you're still able to show intimacy even in a closed setting in privacy, or is it just the only issue is public?
I'd say in private, but in public, it's just not.
I see. Gotcha. And why is it that it's so important that you hide this from other members? It's just you just want to maintain your image within the church and your family, or just is it something else?
Yeah. So, actually, part of me believes that it's a sin to be with another man. So, it hurts my ego, I would say, in the sense that I don't want to come out and lose my whole family. Because at the end of the day, I don't even know if we're gonna work out, and then if we don't work out, then we're gonna be alone. I'm gonna be alone.
Okay, but you don't want to be alone, right?
I don't think anyone ever wants to be alone.
Well, you may be surprised, but so then, if this is hurting your ego, not wanting to be open about being gay, then why are you with Ryan? If I may ask.
Because I love them.
Oh, well, that's nice. So then, okay, so quite the dilemma then. You want to be with Ryan, but you don't want your ego to be hurt by people knowing you're gay. Yeah, very fascinating. So let's see. I guess the only thing I can ask is, let's say the issue went away overnight. Somehow all your issues got fixed. What will your life look like then?
What it looks like when we're in private.
Or public, because your issue is that he wants to be intimate with you in public, and your issue is that you just don't want people to find out. I'm guessing, correct?
Yeah.
Well, I think that it would look like what we do when we are in private, in all aspects, with his family, with my family, with just everyday life. But I understand that I had the privilege of not having a family who was not accepting, and I just kind of came out, and that's what it was. And I'm older now, so I've come to a point where like I want a stable relationship with you and not with anybody else, and so I'm just trying to understand if that's what he wants, because that's what I want, and that would be my perfect world.
Gotcha. And what will your perfect world be, Jacob?
What it would look like would be acceptance from my family, no shame, not having that sense of being sinful or guilty, I guess, when we're affectionate. But I also love you, and I told you already that I want to be with you, and you just got to give me a little more time.
How long have you two been together then?
4 years.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Too long, let me tell you.
I see. Okay, so 4 years and still this is kind of an issue. I gotcha. Okay. Oh my, that's quite the hurdle to climb over. All right. So let's see. So then tell me this: do you feel any emotions of internalized homophobia because of your upbringing, or not so much, or is it just you view it as a sin?
I think it's just it makes me feel guilty because at church I'm always hearing that gay people are going to go to hell, and I don't want to go to hell. And I know if I come out to my family, then they're all going to see me that way. And so coming out is just very much so of a pressure, I would say.
Gotcha. You'd rather just lay low, never bring it up. I see. Gotcha. Okay. And I'm guessing, Ryan, you would like Jacob to at least be open about it to his parents or family, like you were with yours.
Yeah, eventually, but I know it's not a perfect world, so I guess that's kind of why we're here, because I know that I have some understanding, and I do try to understand my best, but also, like, I want to be in a relationship that is not, like, so hard to be in, because right now it's hard.
Yes,
not to say that I won't not be hard eventually, but right now it's hard. So that's the one little thing that I've got to say about our relationship is right now it's just like in the thick of it, and we don't really know how to get out of
Gotcha.
that understanding of each other, I think. And I don't know if he feels the same way, but right now I'm trying to understand him, but I don't know if he's trying to understand me because of all the things that he's got going on in his head about being gay with me in particular.
Okay, gotcha.
I've explained this every single day. I always go through this. I tell her how important my religion is to me, and he doesn't want to accept that. And I don't know why he wants me to come out so badly. If at the end of the day, it's not really affecting the relationship.
Well, maybe not so much. I mean, obviously they want you to be open. You know, Ryan wants you to be open to your family, and not try to hide him like he's a dirty secret, of course. But at the very least, just be open and public about it. Be proud that this is the way you are. And I can understand that can be very difficult because you've basically been taught that your whole life. This is not an okay thing to do, but you still found love with someone you were taught that's not okay to be with, and you're still here and you want to be with them. So I feel like it's more like you'll have to decide whether or not is it really important that you be open and be okay with this, or I don't know, maybe not be gay, maybe not like that, but have to decide whether or not you can be willing to accept yourself as this way and not care what others think.
And I think that's what I try to tell him, but not in that way. It's just more of like, I want you to be proud of yourself and proud of me, because then I feel insecure that I'm not like good enough to be with you walking on the street. And I understand like the underlying reason, but there's also like my feelings involved of like, when is that reason going to be too big to where you're never going to be able to do it? And so then it's like, why are we here in the first place?
Gotcha. Okay.
But I'm kind of like me personally, and I think he knows this, and that's why we're in your office today. Is I'm kind of trying to decide like if I want to be here, and if I'm kind of in that, I don't know what you say, maybe like leaning out, like I'm kind of just like trying to figure out if I want to, like we've discussed this, and like I've said, like I just don't know if I can be here at the end of the day, and so I want to be here, but I don't know if I can. And so I think that's something that we're wanting to work on.
Okay.
I don't know if you agree, but I know that's something that we have talked about.
Gotcha. Alrighty. So Ryan, you're thinking of just bailing at this point, just about, or not so much?
No, not bailing.
Okay.
Not bailing. More so of just trying to figure out
where to go from here,
like what I can take, because like, I have needs too, right? Like I have things that I want from this relationship. I have the wants and needs, and I know he does too, but also like I know I chose to be with you, but also you chose to be with me too. So there was a choice made, and maybe even if it wasn't the right choice that you're thinking now, there was a choice made. So I'm just trying to understand if you're still trying to stick with that choice, or if you're trying to abandon that just the same as I am. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm sticking to my choice. Like I said, I love him and I want to stay in this relationship, but it's just, at the moment, I just feel like I'm in a corner, and he's giving me an ultimatum. It's either my family or him. And if I'm being completely honest, my family has been there for me forever, and I love him, so I don't want to choose.
I can understand. Let's see. Yeah.
Can I add something? Yeah. I think that I understand that your family has always been there for you, and I understand that they always will be there for you. But I think coming to an understanding maybe that if they were there for you, they would maybe accept you with me. And maybe that would be something that you could see happening for yourself. Because if not, then how is that family there for you if you can't be with the person that you love? That's kind of where I come from with the family. I understand that the family's there, just like my family's there, but also if I'm here, I'm present in this relationship. If you're only going to pick your family, then why am I here?
Very true. And I know Ryan, Jacob doesn't want to be in this situation where he has to choose, but at the same time, listen to what Ryan's saying, that I've already forgotten. This is a very important topic for them, and they really want you to be involved and not ashamed of being in this relationship with them. So, yeah, this is definitely something we'll have to work on, and I would love to, help you further with this.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for your time.
Yes, thank
We'll
you.
see you next time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.